Hello, this is Hesa Bojana, just in case we haven't encountered yet. And in this video, I'm sharing with you what I personally feel has been the worst advice that I have ever gotten when it relates to business and also when it relates to simply being a human being. So whenever I meet anyone in my life, this is really like an instinct for me. It's very natural for me to feel like I want to get to know them a little bit better. I want to get to know them a little bit deeper because I know has been my experience now that I know that the more I experience others, the more I experience myself. And so for me, it's very natural to be very open right from the start with somebody and really just show up as I am. And a lot of the times, whether it's with a client or whether it's with I'm teaching a class or whether no matter where I am, this is how I show up quite often. But this advice I'm talking about, I heard it from somebody that I really looked up to, and I still look up to her actually. But the moment that I heard that advice, I was like, no, it doesn't resonate with me. So this advice that she gave me was your clients or the people you teach, you are not their level. So pretty much what that meant was you are supposed to be on a pedestal and you are the teacher, so you have to maintain this picture of being the authority of whatever. And I feel like a lot of people actually do give that advice, right? And it may work for some people, but for me it just did not ring true. It just didn't feel aligned with who I am. And so for me, it's the worst advice ever because this is my big belief now, is that there's no such thing as lower level, higher level. There's no such thing as more advanced in life spiritually. There's no such thing, because all of us here, we are really here to learn from each other. We really are here to learn from each other. And even though we may be more skilled in certain areas than somebody else, that doesn't make us better. That doesn't make us higher level. That doesn't really make us anything really. Because here has been my huge awakening in my life, is that sometimes we learn the biggest lesson. We learn we get the biggest awakenings from people that we least expect to get from. So when we show up, just us, just being us, whether it is in business, whether it's with clients, whether it's with even our kids, right? A lot of the times we think that we are the authorities of our kids, but we can learn so much from our kids, and not putting ourselves on a pedestal, because there's actually huge danger with that. Eventually, the people that we are teaching, the people that we are coaching, the people that we are being mentors to, eventually they will know we are not perfect, right? Eventually they will know you are not perfect. They will know I'm not perfect. I might as well just show up as I am and really show myself up just as I am, so that I can learn from them, and that they can also hopefully gain something from being around me. So I feel, for me, there are two dangers for putting ourselves on a pedestal. One being just what I just shared, but also when we tend to put ourselves on a pedestal, we're putting others also on a pedestal. Same thing, which means we don't allow them to make mistakes. We don't allow them to be themselves, because we think they are all that, and whenever they make mistakes or whenever they do something, we get so deeply disappointed disappointed that it may actually affect not only our relationships but also what it is that we are doing in that relationship, whether it's learning or teaching or sharing or stuff like that. So for me personally, that is the worst advice that I have ever gotten. I've actually had other mentors that have told me before also, that your clients are not your friend, that you need to maintain a distance between your clients and yourself. And I personally just cannot do that. I personally cannot do that. But so that may be the worst advice for me, but that may not necessarily be the worst advice for you. So you tell me, like, what do you feel about this? What's your opinion about this? Me personally, I want to go, for me, when I look at my clients, when I look at my audience, whether they've worked with me, never worked with me, when I look at like clients or not clients, or when I look at every human being that I encounter in my life, I look at them as sure, they can learn something from me, but I can learn so much from them. So I don't need to put myself on a pedestal. It doesn't serve me. It really doesn't serve me to do so. So that's my sharing with you today. Share your thoughts. I want to hear them. Later. Bye.